Hello everyone,
Welcome to Trend Talks, BFSI.
where we decipher a nuanced cybersecurity topic with a BFSI industry expert and help simplify our understanding. The Economic Survey of 2023 states that India is rapidly consuming financial services and products. To that end, the Global FinTech Adoption Index report says that India is at 87% usage of FinTech services, while the global average stands at 64%. So surely fintechs are all pervasive, and while they provide for ease and scale, faster time to market, democratized services for financial services and products, on the other hand, they are grappling enormously with the barrage of cybersecurity threats and attacks. In fact, as compared to 2021, the volume of cybersecurity attacks has gone up 2.5x, especially due to cloud adoption. How do we solve for this? I'm Anita Wazumdar, Head of BFSI, India and SAC at Trend Micro, in conversation with Mr. Siva Ramakrishnan, Head of Information Security and Vice President at M2P, a leading fintech of India, talking about moving to the cloud, understanding security first principles. Welcome, Siva.
Hello, Anaka.
Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Great, so let's get started, Siva. Can you possibly call out 2 or 3 top trends in cloud adoption that you see in your sector?
So BFSI traditionally was always running on cloud. So we were very hesitant, either banks or central bank was very hesitant on moving into cloud. There are things which has changed in recent past which has changed everything. The first and foremost is the digital transformation and UPI adoption. So we had magnanimous growth on the transaction volume and totally unpredictable come in picture. So one of the leading bank last year, RBI has put a ban that they should not do new customer onboarding for a while. That has come in picture. So this has become very unpredictable. So that is one of the issue. Then next problem, Anaga, I would put it in is the margin. Reducing margin is a problem in every industry. BFSI is in the forefront in that. So what happens for us is you can't provision a server which is thinking about the scaling of next 3 years or 5 years. So on-demand cloud make it very easy with you. So that's another reason I will put. Third reason is about the compliance standards which comes in. So today central bank, I really appreciate RBI when I compare with any other central bank in the world. So they make very specific asks. So now they tell you, BCPDR, I want you run on not on a Sunday, run it on every day, in a normal business day, where the total volume which happens on every business day, you have to run it for 2 days, 48 hours. So this means you need to have your primary and DR both are running of the same capacity. It is your 2x cost, right? These are all the reasons I would think about that.
Fair. And just, building onto that point, how do fintechs and banks collaborate to manage and mitigate risk and regulation? You did call out regulations, right?
Correct.
And we have a bunch of them coming in now.
Correct. One acronym, which is the reason the win-win combo of bank and fintech coming together is TTM, time to market. So bank traditionally was giving a lot of attention to detail for compliance and regulations needs to be there. But that means for a product to launch, you have to go through multiple things and it will take more time. So today they are looking as fintechs as TSP, technology service provider, and they are shifting it to us, the responsibility of that to us. And we being fintech, born cloud native, agility is in our blood. So we want to ensure that it makes faster. That's the way we do it. So it comes a good combo, right? A win-win combo. They look into attention in detail, whether we meet all the regulation. We ensure that the time to market is always shorter. So it works well. That's the reason the number of dollar valued companies are here in the fintech world. That's a reason for it.
Absolutely. And I think the same approach would also apply to the security controls, because for you to be able to accelerate their compliance journeys and security,
Correct.
The fintechs would also need to be empowered with a lot of best of the breed tools and technology there.
True.
Got it. So what do you think are the key security considerations for moving to the cloud?
Okay.
Can you call out 5 important ones that come to your mind quickly?
So it's an interesting question. So first point is about you first decide whether it is going to be something which will be developed in cloud native or is it a lift and shift. Because if you're going to do lift and shift, you may have to do a lot of code refactoring would be required for. That would be one of the things. The next point is this time to market is again something which plays a spoil sport. They see it as instead of, the classic statement made for information security, that we don't bake in the security, but we bolt in the end, right? So they don't even put in the timeline for security testing. That becomes a problem when they started, number 2. Then number 3 is about we are putting it on public cloud. So you are not going to have a private cloud for this because all the point of cost savings is gone. Public cloud is in a supermarket, you are one of the shop. Or in a hotel, you are one of the room, right? So you have to protect individually your circumference or perimeter that you have to. So you have to look for complete threat modeling, do threat modeling everywhere and ensure that the security is better. 3. Then number 4, to make the time to market better, the way I would look into is, you can think about, shift left, DevOps and DevSecOps pipeline, which will automate, make it faster. 4. Fifth one is governance. So anybody, I'm talking about RBI or talking about any other central bank, Fed or anybody else. Governance is important, but you need not start from on a white paper from scratch. You can look into RBI's master direction, which comes in if you're doing it. If you're elsewhere, you can look into NIST CA standard. That would make a benchmark. Start from there. So it will give you a edge to start it early and then run it.
Fair, valid points there. Industry analysts today are increasingly talking about the need to protect against potential vulnerabilities and risks that lie in an organization's attack surface. In the context of cloud infrastructure ecosystems, how do you think that can be done? How do you protect against the ever-expanding attack surface?
Yeah. So there is a new tool which I have been seeing, which I think even Trend Micro has brought it in. It's ASRM, which is attack surface risk management is what surface risk management is what you call it. And somebody else call it as ASM. Some people call it as ASRM. But the point is that tool, I see it's covering a lot of tick boxes in my checklist if I have to look into, right? First one is about the visibility of the assets. It identifies all the assets which needs to come in picture.
Right.
Asset. Second one is about it takes you that rating for, the risk rating for it, no? In looking to what is the possibility of that vulnerability may create a threat. And then what is the possibility it gives you a rating. Then number 3, if you have those 3, then it is easy for you to know which one you want to solve first. Because if it is 10 issues to solve, you should know what we have to solve. If you're still lost, much easier way to look into is whichever is having data of customer, start from there. So if you have a same rating for 2 assets, if you have to remediate the alert, the asset with risk is the one which is customer data story. So start with that.
And
that's the way I will put it.
Awesome. So I think in summary, if we have to really look at what needs to be done in order to move into cloud, is secure by design, right? So do not have bolt-on solutions. Bake in your security right at the word go.
Every stage. Correct.
Every stage. Contextualize.
Correct.
Automate.
Correct.
Yeah. And if you have to do that for cloud, I think it's very important that instead of going for point products, we invest in a platform-based security approach.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which brings in a lot of visibility, which provides for a lot of new age capabilities, whether it be ASRM, whether it be XDR kind of capabilities, right? And that just helps you simplify your operations and bring in efficiency. Right?
Just that you need budget to be approved when there is airport.
Absolutely. But spend when the dollar is required, right? And that's what we at Trend Micro also do. We have our cloud security offerings, which exactly help you solve for very specific cloud infrastructure problems, right? So to know more about our offerings, you could visit our website and reach out to us. Now, here comes the interesting part, sir. We are going to ask you some very complex but candid questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, it's going to be a fun segment where we ask you a bunch of questions and you respond to us with very short answers.
Okay.
So if you could have any superpower for your job, what would that be?
Okay, so I would want to convince the board. So persuasive with convincing power should be my superpower. I'll think about it.
Yeah, I think that's a very apt power for somebody who is in information security.
Agreed.
What's the most common cybersecurity misconception that you've ever encountered?
A lot of people know that. If I put it as an equation, compliance equal to security posture.
Yeah.
Which is a misnomer. Everybody thinks that. Board thinks that. You have to always explain them. No, they are two different things. That's all.
Got it. If you could give a superhero name to your favorite cybersecurity concept or an idea,
okay,
what would that be?
Okay, Marvel fans may not like it, but DC fans would love it. I would put Batman on security posture.
Okay.
The reason I put Batman on security posture, Batman is not a guy who is with a superpower, right? But he thrives hard and he has a lot of vulnerabilities. He has a lot of fear in his mind, all of them. But still he thrives to make it better, right? So, and he ensures that Gotham is safe. Same thing applicable to security if you have to put it in. So I'll put Batman.
So that's going to be your answer. Nice. If you could swap roles with a fictional character for a day, who would it be?
Okay. Anyway, we discussed all about superheroes. We'll continue being with superheroes. No? And now we will give an example with Marvel Comics. Let's think about Mr. X. Because say if you are Mr. X, you can do mind manipulation on people and convince them that the security gaps needs to be fixed. I would be Mr. X.
That's an interesting choice. Lastly,
Okay.
for your cybersecurity strategy, what a movie genre?
Okay.
What would it be?
That's a good question. So, horror? No, we'll not say horror. Not
Okay.
fair. Being in your job, you don't want to
Fair.
put it in there. And I don't also like horror. Action.
Okay.
The reason I like action is the hero may win in the end, that's okay, right? But when he loses in the mid of the movie, right, he stands back, he fights back, right? That's the point there. So it's about journey, end of the day, right? Either you're an action hero or a cyber security leader, it's your journey really counts. So action is the genre there.
Action. And that's so apt to your point, because that's, I believe, what you do on a daily basis, fighting threats all day long. So a lot of action there. So perfect. This was so much fun, Siva. Thanks for doing this with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, do watch this space for more episodes coming your way. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.